Do you want to know how to make melodic dubstep? Do you want to know how to put heavy basses together with supersaws and chords and crazy melodies in order to make amazing drops? Well, it's your lucky day, because we're gonna learn how to Panda Eyes. Panda Eyes is a dubstep producer signed to Cymbal Records, and he just recently put out an EP, and it's pretty great. And we're gonna learn how to make the stuff that he made in this new EP. And you may ask, how the fuck are you gonna teach me how to make Panda Eyes stuff? Well, that is because I am his son. Drums. Now, Panda Eyes doesn't use a single drum pattern on every song or anything like that. He keeps it very varied and different every time. And in this case, we're gonna use a rhythm type of pattern for the drums, kind of like in his song Isolated. For this, we will need a kick, a clap, and very simple cymbals. Everything together sounds like this. Now, we need to make sure that the cymbals are high-passed. For the rest of the effects on the drums, you need to kind of eyeball it and do it to your own taste until it sounds good. Because every sample that you start with is gonna need different processing to get to the best sound possible. For the cymbal pattern, we're using a crash to start the bar. And then we're using a close hi-hat on the 1 and an open hi-hat on the 2. Very simple. You can use a little bit of reverb on the cymbals to make them more spacey and fit more in the mix. Intro. Obviously, this is melodic dubstep, so most of the time the intro is gonna be composed of some melodic element. In this case, we're gonna use a supersaw for the chords and a little melody on top of it. For the most part, these chords are triads in the minor scale. Now, to spice up these chords, you can use staccato to make them more rhythmic and engaging. The sounds themselves are usually supersaws, which are made using a saw with multiple voices in order to sound fatter and fuller. Sound design. Now, as I was just saying, Panda Eyes uses a lot of supersaws. The way you create a supersaw is by using a saw wave, obviously, and then turn up the unison up until it sounds significantly fatter. For the growls, we're gonna use a technique that consists on starting from a simple wave and then adding a chain with phasers, filters, and OTTs, a bunch of them, so it sounds like this. If you want to see a more in-depth video about this particular sound, I have a tutorial for this exact same sound, so I'm gonna tag it around here somewhere. Panda Eyes basses have very tonal harmonics, and the way you achieve these harmonics depends on the bass. But some of the techniques you can use is FM synthesis, usually from a saw wave. The amount of FM that you have to use is not random at all in this case. To get the right harmonic, you need to tweak the FM in order to get the right tone. Another technique that you can use to get tonal harmonics is by using sync. Now, the way you use sync is by going to this warp menu and choosing sync. There are 3 different modes. And again, in order to get the right tone, you need to be very specific on how your knobs work. In this case, the sync knob is very important to get the right tone. Pattern. For this track, our pattern is gonna be the classic question and response bass line. What this means is we're gonna have a section A that kind of sounds like it's asking a question, and a section B that is answering the question. And these 2 sections are gonna repeat one after the other with minor changes each time. This is how this pattern sounds so far. So yeah guys, that's it for this tutorial. Let's hear how it sounds. subscribe and hit the notification bell, please. I love you.